Okay, this is a little update video from last week. I showed off my TurboGrafx 16 collection from 1989, and a lot of people were surprised that, whoa, people were excited about the TurboGrafx 16 back then. But you have to understand, the TurboGrafx 16 was absolutely huge in Japan when it was called the PC Engine. In fact, the PC Engine became the #1 system in Japan outside Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. In North America and Europe, I bet a lot of Europeans haven't even seen this version of TurboGrafx 16 before. It had a bit of a rocky start, and when you have games like Key Courage as a packing game, it's understandable. And what's this guy doing here? I don't know. But this system still sold over 1 million units, and I love the system either way. And in Japan, it was even bigger, and here's some of my PC Engine collection. Oh yeah. Well, honestly, to be fair, it's not that big, but I figure I'll show it off anyways, just to give you an idea what this PC Engine stuff is all about, because there were over 500 different PC Engine cards released. Compare that to TurboGrafx 16, where there are 94 cards released, and that's it. Let's have a look at some of these games, shall we? I showed some of these off in like previous pickup videos. Here's Outrun. Yeah, a Sega classic released on the PC Engine. It just goes to show you how bad Sega was actually doing in Japan at the time. The Mega Drive wasn't selling too well, and they went to like different publishers and all that. Oh, we'll license our game if you give some cash, please. Yeah, they went to the enemy and all that, said, okay, sure, we'll give you some cash, and we'll make this game for a TurboGrafx, or PC Engine. Here we actually have a sequel to Chase HQ. Yeah, this one's weird because I think this one came out in 1991, where in North America we got the prequel to this in 1992. Yeah, so wrap your heads around that one. Yeah, good racing game. Can actually use the gun in it. Very cool. Yeah, here's an update to Xevious. You know, it's nothing special. It's your basic shoot 'em up, but it's an improvement of the arcade original from the 1980s. Yep, here's another Sega classic with surprisingly good 3D visuals on here. It's some Mahjong game. Who cares? Yeah, it has some half-naked girls in there, but I don't think the girls in there are too pretty. Here's a one that was exclusive to contests and all that. Kind of think of Donkey Kong competition cartridge. Yeah, here's a special game that was used for competitions. You get the highest score on there. It's pretty much, if you played Soldier Blade on TurboGrafx 16, it's pretty much just a 2 and 5 minute modes with different difficulties, and that's it. Very expensive and hard to find. So good luck. You're gonna need it. Ultra Beast. Woohoo! Yeah, I didn't like this one too much. Definitely not as good as the Sega Genesis version. Rock On. Very generic shoot 'em up. 1943 Kai. This one would have been so awesome to have ported over to TurboGrafx 16. But no such luck. Why not bring this over here? Yeah, you're shooting down the Japanese, but it was only released in Japan, so the Japanese are the bad guys. You're playing as Americans, but it wasn't released in America. Only on the original Nintendo. Whatever. And now here's where it gets very strange. Here is the Legendary Axe 2, but I don't see any 2 on here. Very weird. And the guy actually holds up a sword. This was my big problem with, the Legendary Axe 2, is that these guys are holding up swords, or holding up axes in a game where they're actually originally holding up swords in the game itself in the beginning. And it's called Legendary Axe 2, but it's not Legendary Axe 2. It has nothing to do with the first game at all. At least this is not false advertising. Much better artwork. Whatever. Okay. And here is PC Gungeon 2. Bonk. Yep. Much different artwork. And the cards are the same size too. Unfortunately, you need a converter to play your PC Engine games on your North American TurboGrafx. Like, here's my converter here. I have it protected here because it looks kind of flimsy. And believe me, you want to protect those because they can be pretty pricey. I haven't seen too many cheap ones out there. Okay, and here's Shin Man 2. And here's the North American release. Got changed to Shockman because we never got the original Shin Man. Or the third one, which is a shame because I heard the third one was really good. Of course, I don't even need this converter because I also got a SuperGrafx. I can play this on my North American TV, no problem. Because a lot of PC engines are NTSC units. So you want to play them on your normal TVs, as long as they're not Battle Region or nothing, you're good to go. Yeah, cool thing about the SuperGrafx is it can play a lot of these updated games, like All Dines 1941, which is the sequel to 1943. Yeah, it's weird, just go with it. Ghouls and Ghosts, or Micro Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. I don't know how I say the Japanese name. This one is weird because this one is a sequel to Geek Courage. Or it's based on the same type of anime. I think it was the second season of the anime, so it doesn't have the same characters. But yeah, this is as close to a Geek Courage sequel that we're ever going to get. Unfortunately, I didn't think it's too good, but more on that later. And of course, the launch game for the SuperGrafx, Battle Ace, which I actually think is the worst 3D shoot 'em up than Afterburner 2 for the regular PC Engine. And this is supposed to be a SuperGrafx game. Okay, and here is my PC Engine GT, which is the Japanese version of the Turbo Express. Honestly, not too much has changed really. You can play PC Engine games no problem. You just can't play North American games. And yeah, I even got a Turbo Express adapter, and this one will work on the PC Engine GT as well. Very cool. I also have a Turbo Duo controller, which will work on the SuperGrafx or normal PC Engine, and my SuperGrafx controller will also work on my North American Turbo Duo, but it won't work on my TurboGrafx 16 because the thingy here is just too small. Yeah, in Japan they also released a 6-button controller. So that's just a quick look at my PC Engine collection. And with all these great games and all these unique accessories here, it's not hard to understand why the PC Engine was a huge hit over in Japan. Yeah, so even though the TurboGrafx 16, it had a very rocky start, it was in 3rd place. You also got to remember, it lasted for about 4 years. That's longer than the Virtual Boy, longer than the Sega Dreamcast, hell, even longer than Atari Jaguar. Okay, that's not very impressive, but still. So that's my PC Engine collection. I hope to get more in the future because there's definitely a lot of cool underrated games that I have to try out. Yeah, you get a converter or you get the Turbo Duo, which can play the Japanese CD games no problem. Woohoo! Okay, let's end it by looking at this awesome game. My expensive, highly rare, Soldier Blade Special Edition, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, this is Star Soldier. Over and out. Sleek and sexy, baby.